Nation presents the 22nd annual Las Vegas Juneteenth Festival, Saturday, June 17th from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Expo at World Market Center. Join us and celebrate Juneteenth Freedom Day as we welcome R&B diva 702 back to Sin City to perform their biggest hits. This event is free to the public. You heard us, free. For more information, visit us online at june19lv.com. That's june19lv.com. Powered by Zappos.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man, hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it, now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it, now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help, now tune in, we here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help.
All right. It's Thursday afternoon. That's right. Greg Deville, Hot 702.5 FM. Greg Deville live in the studio once again on Thursday, 3 p.m. Every Thursday, we're right here. Can I get a little volume on my microphone? Every Thursday, we're right here at 702.5 to give the opportunity to share more information. We have a special guest with us on this afternoon. I'm excited to share. Longtime friend, been in the game, been in the lending game quite some time, left to go work with new home builders, but now she's back. Well, let me welcome Miss Christina Graham. Good afternoon, young lady.
Good afternoon.
Glad to have you this afternoon.
Really grateful to be here and share your space with your audience.
Yes.
And be able to collaborate together.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are, as many of you already know, the Deville Realty Group has been helping countless numbers of families, and we have had fun, and we're continuing to do so, Christina. I'm glad you're back on this side from the new home builder. We love your energy. We think you do a great job on follow-up.
Thank you.
And so we want to give you kudos.
Thank you.
And thank you for thinking about Deville when you decided to come back.
Absolutely.
In the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know in the new home build, you just sit back and they come in and right. But now you in these streets, you gotta get your hustle on, you gotta get your shine on, do what you gotta do.
I missed you guys.
Yes, well, good. We missed you too. I understand now. You're with Streamline Home Loans.
Yes, sir.
Streamline.
Yep.
Okay. I know a few people that network with that particular company. Some of the product that you're using over there, my audience right now, there's some who, interest-wise, on the rates, they're a little bit concerned.
Makes sense.
How is it that I could sell your company and you to a buyer who's on the fence about these interest rates? What products would you offer?
Well, the nice part about Streamline,
Okay.
right, or how we kind of differentiate ourselves in the marketplace,
Okay.
is that we're a broker.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Good. Explain the broker.
So-
Explain the broker.
So what that means for the buyer, the everyday consumer, is that, hey, we're not only just offering Streamline home loan products. No, we actually have a wide product database, right,
Okay.
for other lenders that we also work with. So
Right,
in
right.
essence, we're able to shop ourselves internally to maybe some of the bigger lenders that you may see their advertisements, or hey, they only have one specific product.
Yeah, right.
For us, we have a whole plethora of products that we
There you
can
go.
shop from.
There you go.
Which allow us to be more competitive in the marketplace,
Okay.
especially when it comes to rates.
Yeah.
It comes to different products that are a little bit more nichier. Maybe the big banks may not be able to offer it, but we can.
Okay.
Our appetite for risk might be a little bit higher than
Yeah.
some of the other lenders out there.
Okay. You and I have been conversing throughout the week, and you mentioned there was some low FICO scores. Very interesting to talk about today. Share with my audience some of the rates that you've been able to share or give to some of these prospective clients.
So, right now, the interest rates,
Yeah.
inevitably, right,
Right.
we're seeing that they're going up.
Yes.
But we do have some nichier products where, potentially we can get some lower interest rates for them. We're seeing a 6.5, 7% rate still. But the nice part about some of the clients that we're going to be able to help is that they can have limited credit. So
Okay.
either limited to no established credit at all,
Okay.
to where a lot of lenders, hey, they're rejecting them as soon as
Right.
they pull that credit. There's no
Yeah.
FICO, no credit history
Yeah.
showing. Hey, we can't help you. They're closing the door on the opportunity for them to buy.
Okay.
Go establish your credit for 6 to 12 months, and maybe we'll have the conversation again and never hear from them ever again.
Right.
We want to change that in the industry. We want to
Okay.
be able to have a high touch, almost like a white glove service for clients.
Okay.
To say, hey, you know what? Let's take a look at your financial situation right now.
Right.
And even if you don't have established credit, that's okay.
Okay.
Right? We
Okay.
have an opportunity in order for us to still issue an approval for a loan
Okay.
with a manual underwrite.
Right. Okay.
So basically, if you have no credit, unestablished credit, a lot of people say, hey, you know what? I'm cash heavy, you know?
Yeah,
I
right.
don't need credit. I don't need the big banks. I just go in cash, and
Right,
then
right.
they're lacking in that credit area.
Okay.
We have opportunities to still issue an approval on a
Okay.
conventional, a VA loan. VA, they call it back in the day a no loan.
Yeah.
No down payment, no
Yep,
mortgage
yep.
insurance.
Right.
Now potentially no credit score. We can still
Okay.
get you approved.
Okay.
We want to see some reserves for our veterans as well.
Okay,
We thank them for their
okay.
service and treat them well. And then also an FHA loan, right? If you don't have very little to no credit, we
Okay.
could still potentially get you approved.
Okay.
But the thing with this product, it's that, hey, you know what? It's a manual underwrite. And what
Right.
that means for the average person, not only does one underwriter have to take a look at the file and
Right.
assess the credit risk,
Okay.
a second underwriter has to go in and issue the approval for the file.
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
impossible? No.
Okay.
Are there going to be additional rules and regulations that are added?
Right.
Absolutely, right?
But are they going to be possible to meet
Mm-hmm.
these conditions you're saying that may come from the second underwriter?
Correct.
Are they able to be met though? That's the question. Like, I get excited, I'm here, and now I'm going before this other underwriter. What are a couple of things that you've seen that may have been asked for the consumer to do?
A lot of times they want to see, or they're trying to bridge the gap for that missing credit history.
Okay.
Right? So
Okay.
what we'll do, we'll pull utility bills, right?
There you go. Okay.
You've been current on
Yeah,
utility bills for
yeah.
the last 12 months.
Okay.
Let's take
Okay.
a look at that.
Yeah.
Current on your rents for the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Hey, you have some credit that we can use
Okay,
here that maybe
okay.
the bureaus aren't recognizing.
Yeah, yeah.
But us as the lender, we're going to reward you for that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit more of a pullback on the debt to income tolerances. That's
Yeah.
to be expected. Maybe
Right.
you need 2 to 3 months reserves, basically money sitting in your bank
Right.
account. We're not going to touch for down payment or cash to close.
Okay.
Just funds that are sitting in that account in the event that you need it, right? We can
Right.
see as a lender that you have some extra cushion, right?
Okay.
That you're sitting on.
Okay. So this is good for the person that has a little, as you mentioned earlier, a little cash heavy, but credit wise is not as savvy as their cash flow.
Right.
But they got some reserves, not under the mattress, but in the bank. Because I notice, the operative word is bank here. You
Yes.
got to be seasoned. You can't just go throw it in there. If you throw it in there, you got to wait. What is it? 60 days?
Yeah, generally, yes. 60
Yeah.
days,
Okay.
yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, there's more products. So now we talking basically about the credit score. There was a question you asked that was on there.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about the marketplace right now.
Yeah.
You know, getting back into the retail space, a lot
Right.
of my buyers are asking me, is the seller contributing any money towards a transaction that they can utilize?
So at this time, yes and no. Depending if a home just got on the market, how attractive it is, the pricing, because we know pricing always sells the home. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's always about the right price. Now, if a home just got on the market, of course, a seller wants to wait a couple weeks before deciding if they want to give. Now, you can write an offer requesting, you know, concessions.
Yeah.
However, this seller may have a couple offers with no concessions. So what makes him accept your offer?
Exactly.
Right? So when you see a home just going on the market and you know you need closing costs, unless you know that agent, and even with knowing that agent, I have to present every reasonable offer to my client.
Yeah.
So if you come in and you fam, right? We family, but at the end of the day, the seller wants the best bang for his buck, right? At the end of the day, he wants to get the most for the property.
Precisely.
And if giving back $10,000 versus the other gentleman who doesn't need anything back, it's going to persuade me to go left, right? And so we're seeing a home may be on the market 2 weeks, a month.
Yeah.
They may be a little more apt to say, you know what, I will consider. You know, because we like to talk about considering a reduction in price, because sometimes sellers will go in heavy, meaning they're overlisting the property, right? Now, every now and again you get that, but when I sit down with an agent who talks about with the listing client, they may want to go in heavy, and I say we can do that. However, keep in mind, if we don't get any visits or offers within the 2 weeks, then that means we're overpriced. Because a home that is priced right should sell in 3 days. At least at Deville Realty, we could sell your home in 3 days, right? I mean, done, off the market, no more visits. I tell my clients, we'll list it. If you listen to me, we'll get you the price. But if you have your own idea, and I've always want to ask the seller, what are you looking to sell it for? What are you expecting to get from the property, right? What's your number? Now, before I give you my number, I want to know your number.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to insult anyone, right? Because you feel your home is worth this. Although my findings may not agree. But we can start with what you think, Mr. Jones. But at the end of the day, once we don't get the activity within 14 days, because homes are, I'm telling you, 2 and 3 days at Deville Realty Group, we're in escrow.
I love that.
We're in escrow. And so yes and no to the closing costs, just depending on how long it's been on the market.
One thing that I like the fact that you do is that you pick up the phone and you're calling the listing site.
Oh, we're talking. You're gonna know Deville. That's right. We're gonna have a rapport.
Yes.
I just over the weekend did for my buyer, and they had 14 offers on the property. And you know, Greg Deville on the phone with him, and they said we gave it to Mr. Deville.
Yeah, I like that.
I said I beat out 14, Mr. Deville. Your skills are impeccable.
Yeah,
and I teach the team, learn to talk, because it's not just about writing an offer, it's about getting it accepted. It's about closing the deal, right? And so the education piece is, let's talk about it. You know, that's it. But you got more product, and I'm curious to know about what else you have here at Streamline Home Loans.
Yeah, well, I've brought a few things
Okay,
here.
okay,
so,
we got some time.
You know, we have some resources.
So the man that's got a bankruptcy,
Yes.
it's 2 years of discharge.
Correct. Yes,
But I understand if he had a bankruptcy and it was FHA, that's 2 years of discharge. But if you had a foreclosure, how many years am I waiting now?
Generally, it's going to be 4.
4 years.
4
Yep.
years for
So it's across the board.
Yeah,
It's across the board.
But
Yep.
if they've had a Chapter 13 bankruptcy,
Okay, depending on your chapter.
yes,
Okay.
depending on your chapter. If
Okay.
it's Chapter 7, yes, it falls within that 2 years. But they have Chapter 13 bankruptcy. They've been actively paying the debt.
Okay.
Right, from the bankruptcy for at least 12 months, and
Okay.
they could still potentially get a home.
Okay.
It's a little bit lengthier of a process because you got to get approval from the judge.
Okay,
and-
right, yeah.
Issue that approval. We have to get that paperwork back from there. As long as they give us the okay to say, hey, you're okay for purchasing a home.
Right,
Then you're
right,
good. You're in the
right.
clear too.
And judges are typically looking for your ability to pay back the payments that you've been making. You've been consistent. You've been on time. No drama with you. You're good. The judge will sign off. So they look at behavior. They look at history. Is that correct?
Correct.
Very
yes.
good.
If you have
very
any
good.
lates, not going to work.
Yeah, not going to work. And you know, we were talking about as well, and a lot of people didn't know they could own a home and purchase another home. That's been a big deal right now, where we're seeing people doing, at one while we were doing refinance, but now we're talking this HELOC.
Oh, yeah.
How are you liking the HELOCs?
HELOCs will do them, right?
Yep.
Especially if somebody, like you said, they come to us, they're trying to leverage, hey, I have this house right now. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell my investment. I've invested a lot. You know, I've updated the home, whatever.
There you go.
So we're going to utilize the equity in this property in order to purchase this one, right? You have to qualify for that HELOC payment, right? You can't get away from that. But as long as you qualify with your existing, that new HELOC, and now the new mortgage, will be solid, right? And you don't have to utilize or use your checking and savings or the 401k funds. You can use the equity that's already been sitting that you're probably not touching in order to work for, have your money work for you, right? And now buying a house for that. So
what I'd like to share with everyone who's in a position and you own a home and you consider HELOC, remember, as home prices go down, you're losing money in your equity.
Yes.
So that same home I sold just a month ago, last year it sold for, there was a home next door, exact house, sold for $435. Well, his home ended up this year selling for $385. So they lost that value. So that means that's that equity that's lost. So people are like, well, I'll just wait. No, you might not want to wait. As it decreases in value, you lose the equity. But using your home as leverage to get another home, use that condo that you have and say, I want a house now. I don't want to be attached to anybody. You know, I want everybody to know when I'm coming home. I just want to pull in my garage and go in the house. You know, and I don't want to be in a condo anymore. Use the leverage, which is your equity, and let's make it work for the better. Now, wanted to bring that out. Now, give me some more tools to capture more audience.
Yes, I know you had mentioned about the interest rates, right? That's on everybody's hot topic.
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
So there is a program, right? It's called our 3-2-1 buy down product.
Okay.
And what it does, right? Even though initially we're going to be subjected to today's market rates,
7.75 with DPA. But now when you talk rates, you're speaking from a rate, not DPA. You're speaking, Correct. And when I say DPA, down payment assistance, for those who don't know what DPA. But okay, go ahead.
There's a product all on its own. We can't layer it with anything else like DPA, right? So let's say, for example, just to give a concept, right? It's our 3-2-1 buy down program. So let's say we lock you in today at a 6% rate, just keeping it round. Right? 6% rate, that's going to be the rate from all the way potentially for 30 years. On the 3-2-1 program, what they do is they actually reduce the interest rate in the first couple of years. So how it works, year one, even though we have you locked in a 6% rate, year one would be a 3% rate. Right? In this marketplace, to get a 3%, that's like unheard of.
Right.
But on this program, year one, 3%, year two, 4%, in years 3, 5%. Then it reverts back, years 4 through 30, it will go back to the original rate of 6%.
Okay, so am I able to, when I go to that 6%, are we locked in at 30, or can we refinance it? We can refinance it.
Exactly.
So I'm going to start at a 3. Year 2, I'm going to be at a 4. Year 4, I'm going to be at a 5. And then year 6, I'm at a 6%. But I can't refinance. How many years after the 6th year before I can refinance?
So, I mean, generally you want to be in the home for at least 12 months, right? But you can refinance it after 6 to 12 months, right? There's not going to be any limitations to say, hey, you know what, rates have gone down. Maybe we're going to have a repeat of what we had 2.5, 3 years ago. Right? We won't hold you back in order for you to capitalize on a lower interest rate. Hey, the program's done its due diligence, and now rates are lower. I'm going to go in and we're going to look at it.
But I think the rates are great that you're sharing. Year 1, 2, and 3, 4% is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. But I'm thinking at this 6%, when I cap at that's going to be my quest, is to take that 6 now, and let's say rates at that time, I go to 6, but I have to stay at the 6 for a duration of time, or once I automatically revert to that 6, how much time do I wait before I can refinance it to the lower rate that it might be at that time?
Oh, you can refinance anytime. Right? So there isn't going to be a limitation to, hey, you know what, now that we're at the original rate 6%, now we can refinance. No, you can refinance year 2 when you're at 4%.
But I don't want to do that. I like these years.
Oh, gotcha.
I like these years.
Yeah.
No, I'm not refinancing.
Yeah.
But year 6, when I go to 6%,
you can still refinance.
I can still refinance.
Yes.
So you all hear that, right, listeners? This is what I'm sharing for those of you. This 3-to-1 buy down. You're worried about. In fact, I know a few. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's good stuff. Okay. The 3-2-1 buy down. Okay. Good stuff. And again, so for those that just tuned in, there's a loan product available where you can actually buy down the rate. Year 1 is where?
Year 1 is going to be 3%.
3%.
Year 2, 4%. Years 3, 5%. 4 through 30, 6%.
6%.
But I just want to put in my fiduciary responsibility to the buyer.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
We want to make sure that you're able to pay at the higher rate. That's what I'm qualifying you on.
Okay.
So the idea is, you get some leeway in those first couple years,
Yeah.
but hey, is the affordability still going to be there years 4 through 30? That's going to be my important piece in making sure we're not putting in something that you can't afford.
Right. So when you initially sign me up, I'm signed in at a 6.
Right.
Right. I want to know you can afford it at a 6%, and you're good to go. But we're going to give you that 3-2-1 buy down.
Exactly.
Good stuff. Okay, listeners. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, live in the studio with Miss Christina Graham. That's right. She's looking with Streamline Home Loans, and we're talking today about how to finance your home with the lowest rate possible. We understand right now, Christina, people have been fighting about this. Oh my goodness, it's been bananas. This rate, and I was talking to a gentleman this morning, one of the other lenders, because as you know, I work with 9 lenders, right? You know that I do. I tell everybody, no secret, don't. Nobody has the favoritism with Deville. We share it because per our listening audience, no one can handle the volume of what we receive from radio, marketing, and television, right? So we want to keep a plethora. But I think this loan right here, this 3-to-1 is, and looks like you turned the page. So get ready, you all. She has highlighted some more information. What else can I sell? Because I can sell that 3-2-1 all day.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, I can sell that. Now, give me what you have. You're going to make me do my other show tomorrow. I was going to cancel it, but I don't know. That's another audience. I may have to do that. What else do you share with us today?
Well, we got another tool in our tool belt, right?
Okay,
so it's about giving options to everybody.
Absolutely.
So now, let's say, for instance, hey, you know what? Where my pain point is going to be my down payment.
Right.
For a lot of buyers, hey, I don't want to liquidate all my assets. I want to conserve as much as I can when I'm buying a home.
Right.
Right. We have some assistance. So basically, with this program, it's a conventional loan.
Okay.
You can put 1% down.
Okay. Where's my FICO need to be? Because that's going.
It's going to be a 620.
That's it?
Yep, 620. Minimum FICO 620.
My cousin got a 620. He can get it.
It's doable.
It is very. I can sell that 620. Everybody, go run the Credit Karma right now. Go look. Well, and if it's short, the Credit Karma's off. Right, they're off. But
I'll tell you a kind of a little insider hack. I like my FICO. I don't have any affiliation with it, but generally when you look at your mortgage scoring with my FICO, it's a little bit of a fee. I think it's like $30 to go check it. But it's worth it because then you get to see exactly what the lender is going to pull.
So do you get all 3?
You do get all 3.
All 3.
95% of the time, it's been dead on. Every time
really?
a buyer comes to me and they say, hey, I'm using my FICO, it's usually pretty accurate.
Oh, my FICO. Okay. So listeners, you're listening, and my FICO. But now, go ahead with what you're sharing on that.
Yes. So, conventional program, 1% down payment, no mortgage insurance on the loan. So not only do you get to capitalize on, hey, I get to keep my hard-earned cash in my bank account. Now my mortgage payment could potentially be lower. Now that I don't have to pay that hefty mortgage insurance that conventional loans traditionally have when you're putting at least 3%, well, less than 20% down. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is huge. There are income limits, so we got to look at that. Right. There's minimum amounts for the sales price. It's about $350,000. So as long as we're below that, then we can still qualify that.
Okay, below the $350,000. Now, what is the limit? What is the income limit, though? That's the question.
So as long as a person's making $65,360 or less.
$65,000. Is that how many households?
That I can double check for you.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be for the whole household. Household. I can double check.
So a husband and wife can't exceed $61,000 between the two.
Right.
Okay. And that's a 1%.
That's 1% down.
1% down.
Yes, sir. Yep. 1%.
And what is my rate going to look like?
we'd have to price it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me price
Okay.
it. Every situation will be
Okay.
a little bit different.
Right,
If
right.
your FICO comes in higher than the 620, hey, you know, we're going to get some better pricing, some premium
Okay.
pricing on
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the lender gives the other two, right? So you don't have
Right.
to worry about coming in with that.
Okay. That's a good product as well. And that's a 1% down.
Yes.
But of course, I got to meet that. Again, you said 620 FICO.
620 FICO.
And I cannot exceed 61,000 annual between. Is that a number of people? I know some of these programs have a family of 4. Or,
You make a great point, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into the guideline
Okay,
for you. I don't
okay.
want to misspeak, but
Okay.
I know that's the limit. But
Okay.
whether it's going to be based on the application or household, that's a great question.
Okay.
And I'll have to
Okay.
get back with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. No, but we 702-349-0162. You're listening to us live right here. I'm with Christina Graham. She's with Streamline Home Loans, and we're just sharing information with you all so that you guys can get into home ownership and start creating wealth through equity. Because remember, when you pay rent or you're leasing, you are paying someone's mortgage. You are paying someone's mortgage off. You're buying down that principal. They're getting more equity on your dime. So now Christina has a program, the 321, which you can go in at 3% down. Now that's phenomenal. But then this program where you can go in conventional and 1%. Now how does that work? Now I think conventional is great.
Yes.
No mortgage insurance.
No mortgage insurance.
So that's actually really.
It's one of our lenders that we work with
Yeah.
quite frequently.
Yeah.
They're opening up that door for us, and one,
Wow.
we're giving them a lot of business.
Yeah.
So then they offer us. This is a new product that just came out. It had to have been like the last 30 days or so.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
it's brand new.
Brand new product. So if you're listening today and you want to get signed up on the Deville list of potential clients for home ownership 2023, Greg Deville, 702-349-0162. Now listen, everybody, she's flipped the page again. We're going to, I see FHA here, so let's keep it pushing. She got some highlighted again. What do you have now? Where we at here?
Oh, well, we have another program.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Again,
Yep.
those that, hey, I want to conserve as much as I can in the buying process.
Yeah.
I hear you, and I encounter a lot of that too. So let's
Yep.
look at our options.
Right.
So we do have an FHA loan. It's going to be 100% financing.
Okay, 100%. Okay, give me
Okay.
my FICO on that. You know.
It's going to be a 600 FICO for a minimum. No first-time home buyer requirement, and there isn't going to be any balloon payment. So basically, how this loan is set up,
Okay.
you know that we have the first mortgage, right?
Right.
That's going to be the big one, the
Yeah.
principal,
Right.
for the home. Where that down payment, that 3.5%, that's the minimum down payment on
Right.
an FHA loan.
Right.
You're actually going to put that as a second on the mortgage. So it's
Okay.
going to be like a piggyback loan. That's what
Okay.
we call it internally.
Right. Okay.
The nice part about that piggyback loan is that it's going to be fully amortized, so incrementally, right?
Right,
After
right.
120 months, it's
Okay.
going to be completely forgiven. completely paid. Excuse
Right.
me.
Right. After how many months?
120 months. Have to
Okay.
continue payment on it. So
Okay.
that's about, I think, 15.
But I could pay it off sooner
You
without. Okay. Because we're talking. Let's for the sake of numbers. You know, I'm not a math whiz, but I could tell you at 300,000. 10,500. That's what the down payment is. So they would tie that into my 300,000, that 10,500.
Yes.
Now I can pay that over 15 years, or I could pay that off sooner, which makes my payment go down on my mortgage.
Precisely.
By paying that off, no prepayment penalty. I mean, $10,000, you could really pay that off in 36 months, perhaps. I mean, really, you know. But okay. Go ahead.
It's a huge product. So then, like
Yeah.
you said, you could pay it off sooner. There's
Okay.
going to be no balloon payment. I know
Okay.
a lot of times those second mortgages, they come with that balloon payment at the end where you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to pay X 10,000 all up front.
yeah.
There's none of that.
Okay.
But the thing is with this loan, right, it's the first and the second. You have to qualify for both in order for us to move forward on it.
Okay.
But then it affords you that opportunity to hold on to your down payment.
So what's going to be my setback that will make me not qualify?
If your debt to income ratio is too high,
Okay.
right?
What's too high?
Too high. So this is going to basically be FHA's traditional guideline, right?
48% on the back end. I don't know that all of them go 48% on the back end.
So you're right, because
Yeah.
we could go pretty high. We can go up to 56.5%,
Ooh.
but that is at the cusp.
You're not getting a house. You're getting a condo for real. 56% of debt rates. Ooh.
It's very high and it's very
Wow.
risky. You got to run it in the system.
Yeah.
It's possible, but do
Okay.
I want to, extend a client to
Yeah.
that cusp?
Yeah,
There's
that's-
a little bit more risk
Okay.
involved.
Okay. And for those who are just tuning in, we talk about debt ratio means how are you living on what you make, right? You got cars, you got credit cards, and you headed to the mall this weekend, right? More debt, but not a property. So we want to show you now these different products help you as a consumer get in. Now Christina has given me 4 pages of product, and and I love it. And this is great because this helps us to weed out. Maybe you don't fit this program, but this one will work for you, right? Maybe you exceed that 61% on that conventional we just spoke about. Right. This may work better for you. Exactly. Or this one may not work. Your debt ratios exceed the limits, right? So we can, but there are options, I think, which is wonderful. Exactly. The options. But go ahead, you got more. What else you got? She's turning the page. She got highlighted notes, everybody. We going in.
And to your point, right?
Yes.
When I sit down with clients, I want to make sure that we're touching some of the highlights, right? What's my payment? What's going to be the terms of my loan, right?
Right.
Where is pricing looking at for the interest rate? I don't ever want somebody to come and sit down with myself, right? I'm a reflection of you in business, right? To where they're questioning, I really don't even know, anything about the loan. I just know I've been approved and that's about it. You don't ever want to come face to face with that. So that's our duty, right? Just to make sure we're educating you. You feel empowered to move forward to the next phase.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So just to kind of shift gears, this is one of the things in our tool belt. I'm going to include us, right, because we're partnering together.
Right.
So, as a resource, right, other than mortgages, other than, real estate, what are some of the important things that people also need? So when we think about that, I know a huge thing that's been a little bit more popular now, especially in social media, it's been life insurance.
Life insurance, that's one. Yep, absolutely. Very, and I agree. In fact, life insurance and real estate are top 2 investments, right?
Absolutely.
Except insurance, you got to die to use it, but not in all cases. But
we'll talk about that. Yeah, I'm glad you said it.
Right, go ahead. Yes.
Did you know?
There you go. Did you know? You took my fade. I gave you that. Okay. Yes.
Did you know that 50% of Americans don't have life insurance?
Okay. Yes. Right.
And I'm going to put out a quote. Benjamin Franklin, he's saying that basically the only thing that's certain in life is death and taxes.
Right, absolutely. Right. And debt. Well, death and taxes. Death and taxes, yes.
So why not have the proper protection while we're still healthy and able mind, body, and spirit?
Right.
In order, in the event, nobody wants to talk about it. It's an uncomfortable conversation.
Absolutely.
But in the event that something happens, what are we leaving for the people that are still living? Right. That have to now come together and handle the final expenses. I've personally myself, I've contributed to GoFundMe pages and because, hey, the family can't afford in order to cover those expenses.
Right.
You want to be able to cover it all, but then it's like, I only can afford X amount in order to assist.
Right.
And when you're going from a dual income household, maybe a married couple, right? Now you're living, now you're going down to just one income household.
Right.
How do you cope with that? Not only are you coming face to face with the loss of a loved one, but now the bills are piling. Right.
Absolutely.
Medical expenses.
Absolutely.
Your mortgage payment.
So I know. When I was a kid, my dad died when I was 18, but he had mortgage insurance, so we didn't have to worry about the house because the insurance paid it off. And so I know that insurance is very. For those of you, what I ran into this week was a family called me this week, and the fiance passed away, and she had been living in a home with him for about 8 years. Well, now because he didn't have a living trust, he didn't have even a will, which means very little. And living trust is most important, and because she had been living and they never married, now she has to figure out, where do I go? She has to figure out, what do I do? Because I was so dependent with him, but he never married her. So now the house has to be sold. Right? And it's going through a probate. Right. And then she's been invested with him, I guess, for the last 8 years. Wow. And, fiance, but guess what? The items, the property, inheritance would go to the son.
Wow. Yep.
So you vested 8 years with someone who passes away, and you've given your time, your efforts, your funds to help this lifestyle you all have. Exactly. And at the end of the day, you have to find somewhere to go.
Exactly.
And insurance is certainly Now, to someone like that, right? Let's say he did get a policy and he put her on the policy.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And now she, yep. So even though he never married her,
Yep.
he could put a policy on her.
Absolutely. Yeah, he could.
Well, on him for her, right?
Right. So she could be the beneficiary.
Beneficiary, there you go.
On the
Yeah.
insurance policy.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
he had a trust in place, then he can put the trust as the beneficiary. And
Okay.
however those designations are for the beneficiary within the trust,
Okay.
right, the trust would then disperse those funds out.
See?
It's smart, and it like you said, you have to come face to face with probate court.
Yeah,
right.
right,
That
right.
could take years. You could take tests.
Well, so probate right now is not as lengthy as before,
okay.
right? So it's taking anywhere from 6 to 8 months to a year.
Okay.
However, the final decision is made by the judge.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so with that, I always say I don't want a judge making my decisions.
Absolutely.
I mean, at the end of the day, what you have are your assets, right? So how do you decipher who gets what? It's called a living trust. So my wife and I put our living trust together and said, we want this to go like that. I want the boat to be sold. I want this to go there, right? Because that's, the great part of your final decision.
Exactly.
But to those who don't have insurance, you're not going to get married, but at least put them on a policy, right? Because now you left her to fend with this fixed income, and I understand they're up in age. I think they're in their 70s. He may have been in his 80s, but they've been together for some years.
Right.
But for someone to just leave you, and so the education piece is also home ownership. You're speaking about the insurance.
Yes.
The other one was the mortgage insurance. Did you have that on the list?
We do offer mortgage insurance,
Okay.
and you're absolutely correct, right? Like just like your father, it did
Yeah.
offer that protection, and then
Yeah.
the event, right, paid off the mortgage.
Yep.
It's pretty similar to like a term policy, right, for 30 years. In the event that something happens, X amount is going to be covered for the loan balance.
Okay.
We do offer
Okay.
that as well.
Yeah.
I like to say insurance, and I'm going to bring this example, is almost like when you get a brand new iPhone, right?
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do?
Well, maybe not an I, but maybe a Note.
Like a
Note 9,
Note
9,
yeah,
maybe
okay.
a 10,
You're a
maybe a
Note guy.
10. Yeah, I'm a Note guy. I'm a Note guy. So the I is, The I is crooked, but
What do you do when you get that note?
I insure it. I insure it.
You insure it?
Absolutely.
And you got a nice case on there too.
Oh yeah,
right?
to protect it very well. Very well. Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
That's your asset. That's your money maker.
That's
so
right.
Clients call, hey, we want to speak to Mr. Deville, vice versa, your partners.
Absolutely.
That's going to be one thing that you have to protect. It's your asset.
That's
and
it.
same with
Absolutely.
us.
That's right.
We're the biggest assets as well to our family.
Yes.
Right? So we have to offer protection.
Yep.
And one thing that's been really popular, like on social media, there's a concept right now. It's called infinite banking.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard of it.
Being your own personal bank.
Yeah.
So what it is actually wrapped in the vehicle of indexed universal life insurance.
Okay.
Okay. Still life insurance,
Right.
but it offers you an opportunity to not only have that protection in the event that something happens,
Okay.
right? Your beneficiaries get that death benefit.
Right.
But we actually get to build cash value within the policy.
Yeah.
Right? So
Okay.
we're building this cash value year over year. Now it's built up. I can go take that cash value, go put a down payment on a house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Go pay off my college, my student loans.
Right,
Or,
right.
hey, when I have children, whenever that is,
Okay,
right? Then
okay,
my
okay.
college fund, right,
Yep,
for my
yep,
children.
yep.
Right? So we can actually leverage that and make our money work for us by allowing it to compound within the policy.
Okay.
Because it's an indexed
Yeah.
universal life insurance.
Okay.
The index, right, it mirrors the stock market.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the best part about the stock market? Mr.
When it's
Bill?
up. When it's up. Yep.
So what's the worst part about the stock market?
That's right.
When it goes
down, absolutely.
Exactly. You can
Yes.
lose all of your investment, all
And
those dollars.
that's why when I found something that I wanted to get into, that's why real estate was more on a steady, consistent. Although it has its falls, but not like on a Friday afternoon crash,
Nope.
right? It's like, you can see real estate coming.
Yes.
The market just, ring the bell. We were here. End of day.
Exactly.
We're done.
We're done.
And that's the scary part. Now, there are some who swear by it.
Yeah.
And, like you got some people, I'm listening to the news this morning, it's a guy who's a poker gambler. He quit his job because he loved poker. He travels and plays poker.
Yeah.
But he has built himself to be vested like those who are vested in Wall Street, in the stock, and they do well. Yeah. It's not for everyone.
Not for everyone.
Not for the faint at heart.
Right.
Get you some real estate, sit down and watch it grow, because even the man who has stock needs. I ask this question: do you own the space where your pillow is that you lie down on at night? Right? Because even the man with stock needs to have a real estate portfolio.
You're right.
Because you're going to pay.
Diversification.
That's right. You're going to pay no matter where you lay.
Yep.
Right? And it wasn't in my notes. I'm just saying, you're going to pay wherever you lay. You're going to pay. So you may as well own it and know the security of it in a fixed rate.
Absolutely.
Right? One of the things we changed since that 2006, 7, 8 era is we did away with predatory lending.
Yeah.
We've done away with ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, right? So that we can make it more, well, they're still doable. You can still get them, but they're to the savvy investor.
Exactly.
No more owner-occupants with the adjustables, right? Unless you're in the market like stock, and you can do that, and you're savvy in that. But on the average, the norm, consumer 9 to 5er, basic career, right? Where you're just a 9 to 5 kind of person.
Right. Yeah.
You need the consistency of a fixed rate.
Yeah. I agree.
And so, insurance is good. I think that's a wonderful, no doubt. And we could talk. I think we'll need more of another show for that.
Okay.
So we have to come back.
A few more points. Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So just going back to how the indexes mirror the stock market, right? The nice part about the indexes is that, hey, it goes up. You get to capitalize on all the gains in the performance. The stock goes down. You don't lose out on your money. Okay. Goes back up. You get to capitalize on all the performance once more. It's even higher. Goes down. You don't lose out on your money. So it's a safety net. It's a staircase method of investing to where you don't have any of the downside like the stock market. It grows, right, tax exempt. So you're taxed from the employer, right? Immediately once you get your money, you're taxed.
Right, absolutely.
You're not taxed on any of the growth. You're not taxed once you're ready to take distributions out on your money.
So you're only taxed on what you vest in it?
So you're only taxed when you're receiving your income from your employer, right? Uncle Sam got to get his money.
Absolutely. No, we're good. Hands up. You got me, right?
Yep.
But when we talk about tax on this money or profit, you said it's tax-free.
Tax-free.
Okay.
Tax exempt, right? Tax exempt on the profit, tax exempt on the distributions. How you're able to leverage this was the infinite banking concept is that, hey, I'm ready to use my money. I'm going to take a loan out against my money at a 0% interest rate.
Okay.
Where else can you get that in the marketplace?
Absolutely.
So you loan against it, you want to repay it back, dump your money back in there, continue for it to continue to grow, you can do that. Or, hey, you know what, I don't want to pay it back. You're just taking out from the money and the cash out of the policy.
Right. You just don't have as much as you had before.
Precisely.
There you go.
No penalties, no 59.5 rule.
Okay.
So that's Index Universal Life.
Index Universal Life. We got to plan another show for that. We're running out of time this afternoon. But again, when we talk about, and that's great information. I got to have you back. Because I want to sit down and really kind of dig into that. I think it's a good portfolio to have as well.
Absolutely.
But I want to go back to this money. So give me those pages we started out. Take me back over here. Because again, I just want to recap. I've got a few minutes left in our show. Want to recap that we do have great, this 1% conventional loan.
Yes, sir.
620 FICO score.
Yes, sir.
And it's a fixed rate over 30 years. And the 321 loan, just as a recap, 321 is I start off at 3%. Year 1, year 2, I'm up to 4. Year 3, I'm up to 5. Year 6, I'm at 6. But we start out at 6% getting pre-approved. Now, pre-approved at 6%, meaning I don't have a lot of buying power because that debt ratio and what you're approving me at 6. At what point do I get the 3? Is it once
the loan closes, then you're the first year you get the 3.
Okay,
right.
So I'm got you. So I'm starting but even right now, a 6 is real good based on where we're at, 7.75 or 7.25.
Still an example,
still
but
good.
You're correct, right?
Yeah.
Especially some of the down payment assistance programs are.
Absolutely. This 100% program.
Yes.
Page 3. Yes. Look at me, I know your book. You got the 1%. Then you got, now I want to reiterate on this 100%.
100%.
100%. No money out of pocket. 1%, well, no, it's a 1% downer.
So we have two. We have a 1% down payment program, and we have 100% financing FHA.
620. We still in that 620 numbers.
600 for
600
100% financing
for 100%.
FHA, right? You have to qualify for both of those loans. You have the first primary, and then we have the secondary.
But I
loan.
can't exceed how much income? That had an income limit?
There's no income limit.
No income limit. That's the one I want to leave on that note.
Yeah.
So no income limits. You can make over 100,000 a year. You need 1%. Well, this is the 100%. There's 100%. The interest rate on that, we're coming in on the normal rate.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, 7.25.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'd assume so. We'd have to price it, right? There's a lot of parameters that come in with the interest rate.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd say it's probably market
Is this
rate.
manual underwrite as well?
This won't be a manual.
This won't be
no.
manual. So
It'll
I
be
just
the
plug you
traditional.
in. The system likes you.
Exactly.
We can do business.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So let's sell that. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, here with Christina Graham here in our studio this afternoon, talking about lending products that's available. Now, give us a call. We want to speak with you. We want to get you started. We want to get you moving. I like that, Christina. That's 600. Now, how many have not that you rent? Because I want to sell it, but I want to be realistic. There are some who won't qualify. What are some of the reasons someone would not qualify?
I would say probably don't meet the credit score, right? To 600. If you're anything lower than that, the debt to income ratio, right?
Debt to
You have
income could be a
qualify
factor.
for both. Absolutely.
Okay. So they have. So I got a 600. I'm better than that.
Yeah.
But now my debt ratio becomes my issue.
Exactly.
Okay. What number do I need to refrain from?
I would say a good maybe point, because I mean we can go up to 56%, but that's pretty high.
It is.
So I mean if we can keep you down at 50% or lower, that's like a nice sweet spot. But if we have to go a little bit higher than that, then we can take a look at it running the system.
So the more buying power allows for me to have, the better my debt ratio, the more buying power.
Exactly.
Right. So some of the debt. Do you all use a simulator that helps me determine what debt is holding me from getting a better number?
We can take a look at that. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
So we can do credit simulations for clients as
Okay,
well.
okay.
Especially you're right there on the cusp and it
Yeah,
makes sense
yeah.
and you're ready
Yeah.
to purchase. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I'm ready because I got this 600
Yeah.
better, whatever, 620, 10, 15. But my ratio, and you're going to be able to say, I need you to pay down these 2 credit cards.
Exactly.
Right. Or I need you to refinance your car.
Exactly.
Right. So you'll help me understand, although I'm above that 6, but there's just something hindering, the system is not liking you.
Yep, and it's about mortgage planning, right? It's not
Okay.
just, hey, you know what, I run it, you're not approved, rejection. No, we want to be able to nurture all the buyers, all home buyers, all of our clients
Yes.
to say, hey, let's create a mortgage plan for you. Maybe you're not ready right this very instant. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do for you in the next
Right.
6 months. Follow
Okay,
this plan,
okay.
and then we'll be able to move forward.
Right, right. Okay, good. So you give them a plan, a strategy, if you will. I like to call it a prescription.
Yeah,
You give them a prescription because the prescription works, right? Doctor says take it for 7 days. You'll be good to go. We normally do 3 days and we're good. We stop taking it. But in this case, you give a prescription, you give an idea how to get where you're trying to go.
Exactly.
Right? So if you're in a lease right now, this would be a good time. Let's look at where you are. Now, and I know someone's asking me, but I'm in a lease. How do I get out? Talk to your property management. First, get it pre-approved.
Yes.
First, get pre-approved. Let's talk about that. And then the window of opportunity says, Christina says, yes, you know what? Actually, we got you approved, and you're at a number that we can actually find something.
Exactly.
Because realistically, if you're under 350, it's a tough market out there, right? And if you got criteria, you may market yourself out of something, right? But if you're 450s, 500s, there's a little more availability, a little more, something to shop with. Because right now, 350, you're running about 12 to 1,600 square feet, and depending on the age of the house, you're not getting too much higher than 2012, 20. Yeah, those days are pretty tight right now. So how do I know? Because I'm looking for someone at that number. He's like, well, this is what I want, and so I'm kind of like, yeah, you're not going to be able to meet that criteria. So realistically, it's about being realistic. Knowing what you can afford and getting somewhere to say, I can make this work. Right. Because most people are living in a condo with the balcony as their backyard, right? And all of a sudden they get approved, they want a dream home. Yes. And I like to say your first home, to my audience, is not going to be a dream home. Yeah. It's not going to be, you're not going to get all the bells and whistles. Right. Had a guy get 425. He told me he want a house. He want a fireplace in front of the tub.
Oh.
He says, I want a fireplace in front of the tub, and I want it to be wood burning.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
That's what I said.
Wow,
But so at the end of the day, I took notes.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, we're going to look to see what we can find.
Right.
However, there was nothing to be found.
Right.
I want a 3-car garage, and I want one of them to be tandem.
Of course.
Okay, right. I want a big backyard. What about the guy who has a 350 approval and says, I want a pool?
Yeah.
I might just tell you, you're not getting the pool, right? You might get a community pool, right? And you can put your name on the list the day you want to use it. But other than that, that's it. The reality is. So, Christina, I also want to talk for a moment, because I only have a few moments left, is about this solar marketing that I've started.
Oh, sure.
Solar marketing is I've placed one on my home back in December. January, I got solar marketing, and I'm telling you, this solar system has just done a miracle in our home.
I love that.
Summertime, I want people are going to really be calling when they see this summer bill. Since 2021, NV Energy has gone up 54.2%.
Oh my gosh, I believe it.
So look at your bill from last year this time, and I want you to look at it as summer progresses and see where you're at. Just take a look and say, whoa, you're right. Condos are $250 now.
Exactly.
I don't know if you looked at your bill lately,
no,
but it's probably
right.
just you, so you probably not. But if you got a family in an apartment, and they're running phones all day, and they're running electricity all day, and they're out of school right now, it's going up. Solar will save you so much. And the wonderful part that really helped me to want to become a part of, networking with that is the fact it's an equal balance pay. You pay the same for 25 years. Somebody said 25 years. Yeah, if you live 25 years, you're going to pay NV Energy. So we're getting away from NV Energy's bill. And we're going to pay this bill, but that we can buy the unit. So imagine 25 years, you buy the unit, you never pay NV Energy again. You're bound to NV Energy as long as you have a home.
Exactly.
But not with solar. Solar means I'm not going to people think you're getting another bill. You're not getting another bill. You're doing away with the NV Energy bill, and you're living off the energy of the solar, which is in the valley. I mean, we must have sun at least 87 days, 87% of the year, right? We got sun. And I mean, so you're pulling on that, right?
Exactly.
And now you know what your payments are going to be. Every month, my payment is $235.
I like that,
It is on 3,000 square foot home.
Wow.
My summer bill one summer was $725 for 1 month.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
And that was before the increase.
Oh wow.
That was before the increase. Now the increase, I imagine my 3,000, my 6-bedroom home probably runs me about $1,200.
Wow.
Since the increase.
Yeah.
So back in February, I got a bill before solar totally was done. I was on an equal at 185. My winter bill was $410.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, $410, and I don't even turn on the AC. I'm like, wait till the AC gets here. And that's why I got into, because now equal $235, it stays the same. The tax benefit that I get, the tax incentives, the fact that you can know what your bills, it's taking the guess out of what my bill is going to be.
Exactly.
So when you leave tomorrow, you're going to be looking to see, when you leave today, you'll be going to see your bill.
I am.
Yeah,
Rush right to the mail.
Yeah, I want to know, what is my bill like? Because most people are on equal pay. I mean, they're on auto pay.
Yes.
And so they never look at the bill.
Exactly.
But when you go back and look, you're going to call Greg Deville about this solar marketing, because it's no upfront cost.
I love that.
Isn't that great?
That's
I didn't pay a
amazing.
dime to get solar on my home.
Wow.
We financed it. They approved us, and we got it installed. No money. I might have tipped the guy.
Yeah.
Right? I think I
Good to
did.
see your heart, yeah.
Yeah, I think I tipped the guy because they drove from California. But I still think I gave him $20. I don't think I gave him gas from California. I don't care where you come from. End of the day, no upfront costs.
Oh, it's amazing.
And to get a solar on your home, know what your bill is going to be, take the guesswork out. I get $15,000 tax credit that can be used toward the purchase of the unit or used for yourself for whatever you may want to do.
Right.
Most people use it for the advantage of buying the unit down, right? The unit may cost you $30,000 to $60,000 for solar. But the fact that I'm using it and I'm doing away with the ever-increasing bill, okay? So look, again, Greg Deville, Solar Marketing Group, 702-349-0162. Christina, thank you I'm going to have you back. You were not nervous. You were just there. You did great. I enjoyed. And you got a lot of information. You got some product that I got some people right now I'm sending right now.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. We good. That's right. That's right. So listen, 702-349-0162. Greg Deville live in studio with Christina Graham, one of our other favorite lenders who's back on the scene.
Yeah, back on the scene.
Left the new home bill. Las Vegas. I appreciate this opportunity to speak with you every Thursday right here at Hot 702.5 FM. That's right. Tune in. Tell a friend for us. Don't forget Deville Solar Marketing Group. We want to help you get your home marketed for solar. Fire NV Energy. Go with your own solar unit. Fire your landlord and get your own keys. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville. I got to go. Engineers looking upside my head. Get out of here. There's somebody waiting to use the studio. I talk to you next week right here Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. Thank you for listening. Until I talk to you then, may God's best be yours. Take care.
Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man. Hey, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself.